Welcome back to Breakfast Daily on City TV. Don't forget, you can hashtag Breakfast Daily on social media, and you can always send us a message on WhatsApp using 0550 585832. Let us know your thoughts on everything we're discussing. Now, we'll be going to Tamale, all right, to continue what we spoke about yesterday regarding the incident in Lamashegu and what the latest information is regarding that. So our colleague and our correspondent, Dinah Ngon, is joining us on the line. But before we talk to her, let's take a look at the recent updates from Lamashegu.
There was tension at the Lamashegu Chief's Palace when the Northern Regional Security Council visited to commiserate with the community after the shooting incident, which has left at least one person dead in the area with about 7 injured. The RESEC, led by the Tamale Metropolitan Chief Executive Officer, Sule Salifu, assured the chief and people of the government's commitment to ensuring peace among residents and the security. He noted that some police personnel have been interdicted and will be made to face the law if found of any wrongdoing. However, the chief of Lamashegu, Ziblim Abdullahi, in his response, is calling for an end to police brutalities in the Tamale metropolis and Dagwang at large. He also wants the culprits punished.
Regional Coordinating Director, Nadise, Yaya Gomentini in Mwai, Police Kobo, Soja Kobo, Kaya Commander, Koko Police Police to be beaten. Police Ma, as I'm so young no today, no to call police, come here. This is so never to deal with police. Then you're near Chambia, police because Saxo didn't to Saxo. You bar in your tongue. Police tell back up police. In check a soldier, Macamco soldier. Politics in Chetabun, the tire to my number. There's all the one last Yoma. But no man nearby, I point. Indeed, that's a unity, Tabu nearby Yobo. There's all no born in Yellow Shambala. The rest of my chuma, Tabanul Yada, the Laban dear Dansama, Tabanul Yada, many not here Nalo Shelmo. Then tell him I can put Yelema. Now, Yaya Carpagomenti, Poneta, Kera Carpagomenti, Nobody Mary Pambatir police and Nobocoma, be Burma Pambatir Sojan, Nobocoma. Burma security Baluka, Kereba, Kauna be trained, Yawana today, and Tumdutuma, Kazan be Chatito, or Zora Kazan Bimana, Mammy Biman better Marfama.
The Member of Parliament for the Tamale South constituency, Haruna Idrisu, who is in the area to console victims and also restrain the youth from causing chaos, is demanding a full-scale investigation into the issue.
Enough of their unprofessional conduct, enough of the tyranny of the people of Tamale under the police. It is a sacrilege when persons empowered and mandated to keep law and order themselves are lawless and take the law into their own hands. Civil liberties remain the most primary and guaranteed fundamental human rights and freedoms. The right to life. Hakim has been denied his life by our belief unjustifiably. whilst I welcome police investigations into this matter, we will not accept anything short of justice for Hakeem and the injured. I will take up this matter much more strongly tomorrow on the floor of Parliament to demand what I understand has commenced already, a full investigation into the matter.
For the family of the deceased, they do not have a lot to say until the police investigation team asks for their side of the story.
So we, the family of the deceased, we are waiting for the Accra people to come because we learn that they are coming. When they come, whatever that they have said is where we take it from. That is where we are going to take it from. Okay.
Even though there has been assurances from the police and RESEC that the incident will be investigated and the culprits brought to book, residents are, however, skeptical that justice will be served.
So that was a report from our colleague Diana Ngon, just giving us an update on what happened in Lamashegu. And we will recap what we spoke about yesterday.
Yeah.
But let's say good morning to the host of Footprints on City TV, Samuel Atamensa, who has also joined us in studio this morning. Good morning, Samuel.
Morning. How was your Valentine?
Oh, the Valentine was Valentine.
It's not like tell me everything, but
it was nice.
The Ghanaian way.
Oh,
well, we all don't have money. We are all broke. And yet last night every restaurant was fully booked and packed.
The traffic last night was insane. I was like, where's everybody
going home.
They're going to Valentine. They're going to
people were coming to town. The traffic
we're just going home.
I was like, whoa.
I got that people.
Yeah, money no day, but Charlie people see.
So the new Ghana passport should have the word magician on every booklet. We'll be magic pass.
People plan for it. But I hope you enjoyed yours as well. It was a good one.
Of course, mine was just limited to, the confines of the workplace. And as you know, yesterday was a jam here.
Hey, yeah, it was a serious jam, Charlie.
Yeah, the jam.
I was I said, hey, this Valentine jam there.
The Nashes plenty, so we had to create a Nashes delight. A Nashes delight, Charlie. People nashing have nowhere to go. Meanwhile, they will put lipo as if they are going. So we have to organize something small. So the people who danced the most, they have questions to answer.
Okay, well, we'll get into the chat about Lamashegu shortly, but as we mentioned earlier, Diana joins us on the phone just to, give us a bit more information about what's been happening there. Yeah. Good morning, Diana.
Good morning, Koke.
Good morning. All right, thanks for joining us again. So we just watched your updated report about the situation in Lamashegu and some serious words coming from the chief of the area. Now, a lot has been said about the role that he has played in maintaining some kind of order, especially after the incident. And he highlighted the fact that he believes recruitment into the police service is one of the issues that has led to this. Now, from where you sit there as a reporter, what have you seen that's kind of in line with what the chief was saying?
So with what the chief said, that's his observation about the issues. But for the residents and what we are seeing here, I think there seems to be mistrust between the police and the residents. And sometimes the attitude of residents here towards police when it comes to law abiding, it's not really cordial, because you see the police as a road user to stop, and they refuse to stop. It's something that keeps happening here. This person was in an unregistered vehicle, and mostly, according to the police, these are the vehicles used in perpetrating crime in the region. We've had instances of car smashing, and these were the cars involved were unregistered vehicles. So, considering the past events of crimes in the region, and residents also hearing that police do arrest unregistered vehicles, it was out of fear that this driver did not stop and had to seek refuge from the palace. And also, that notwithstanding, residents are concerned that, fine, the guy did not stop, or he broke the law, but it is not for the police to shoot him even when he has stopped at the palace, and they see this as disrespect. So for the chief, he thinks it is a lack of training by the police when it comes to recruitment of personnel, and so he wants that there should be the recruitment process should be non-partisan, because he says that the most of these recruits are politically selected, and so when they commit any offense, they are not punished. And he said that in reference to previous incidents that have happened regarding police and civilians in the region. In Yengi, a police officer chased a civilian to the Yanes Palace and assaulted him regarding the tradition. And within last year, so we had issue of the police officer who accompanied staff of the vineyard to one of the suburbs in Tamale, which resulted in assault of some residents who were alleged to have been involved in illegal connections. And so with all these things happening, the chief thinks that the police need proper training to discharge their duties of protecting residents.
Okay. Now, Diana, when we spoke to you yesterday, your report made mention of the fact that one person had died, but then subsequently speaking to the regional minister, he said that was inaccurate. But then we've learned this morning that someone has indeed lost their life. So that has been confirmed now. At the time, what was the situation? Why was there a discrepancy in the information that the minister had as chair of RegSec and what was being reported?
Okay, so I was actually surprised when the minister said that, because when the incident happened on Sunday afternoon, we were at the Lamashegu community. I left there to put my report together. In the process, some colleagues went to the Tamale Teaching Hospital and alerted me of some persons who have been gone there by the sustained gunshot wounds, and one person had passed. So I went there. So around 8, we got the information, like the in charge at the emergency unit actually told us what happened, but we spoke off record. And so as of the time we got the information and reported, the minister was out of town. Okay. The morning that we spoke to him yesterday, I had called him earlier, and he was to receive briefing from his RegSec, from the security even before he comes on air. Okay. So I think probably he did not have all the information. But at the time we spoke to the minister, there was actually a death case. Yeah.
All right. So, okay. Diana, can you sort of bring us up to date on what's happening, what has happened through the night, last night? Since the security team came to Tamale, and the night, and then also the gentleman who got shot in the thigh. What's his condition? Are you aware of any updates regarding him as well?
Yeah, so currently the gentleman who got shot in the thigh, he is doing well. He's doing well. Other persons who sustained gunshot wounds, they are doing well at the hospital. And what we do know is the investigation team from Accra arrived yesterday and commenced investigation, and then I understand they'll be meeting some witnesses today. Postmortem will be conducted on the body of the Hakim, the boy who lost his life during the crash. And also the overlord of Dagbon, Yana Abukari Mahama, has reacted to the issue. He said this should be the last time such a thing is happening in Dagbon, will happen in Dagbon, and that the police should, he's demanding the police put the bills of the victims of the shooting, and also wants the issue investigated to the ladder for the culprits to be punished. He said this after his delegation, led by the Karigana Abdullah Nasoma, met with RESEC yesterday.
All right. Diana, thank you very much for that update. We appreciate your time. Thank you. All right. So that was our colleague, Diana Ngon, bringing us up to speed on, the happenings in Tamale. And I believe that the security personnel on the ground there, with the investigation that has begun, will come to a quick conclusion on the matter, and those responsible for the unfortunate happenings will be dealt with appropriately. Samez, I don't know if you've been following this story here. It seems to me that there's been a long-standing sort of, maybe, I don't know if I can say standoff between the residents, of Tamale, or certain parts of Tamale, and the police. What seems to be coming out of there is almost like victimization or selective, victimization, as it were. This seems what seems to be coming across from I don't know what you make of this.
Well, I haven't looked at it from that angle. I mean, angle of victimization, that would be stretching it. Okay. That would be stretching it. Because see, the police you find in Tamale there, I'm talking about the individuals, have not been the same individuals who were there, say, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. True. They keep changing. Yes. So victimization to which end? Okay. And again, the police you see there are not necessarily indigents, mind you. So they hardly ever will get themselves involved in, tribal conflicts, generally speaking. And so I will even look at it from that angle. But I think Diana, our correspondent, summed it up very nicely. It's a long-standing culture of suspicion. And this anxiety about, the police thinking that, these people are stubborn. These people thinking that the police don't understand the way we do things, that kind of standoff, yes. But it comes back to the police. The police is there because there are issues to be resolved by the police. You are not there because you are Father Christmas. So yes, you have work to do there. Work including and above all protecting the citizenry. Police is not to catch people. It's to protect, ultimately to protect people. Using the law. And I don't understand why anybody would do what this police person did. That in a small community, I mean, Lamashegu is
it's a small community,
like Adabraka, inside Accra. So it's right inside Tamale. And traffic, somebody broke traffic rules, is that correct?
Yes. So he was stopped, traffic stopped, the police, they asked him to stop, he drove off.
Because he didn't have a registered plate.
They pursued him. When they got to him, he actually drove to the chief's palace for protection. They shot him through the car door. They shot at him.
So clearly this is a case of an inexperienced police person. I mean, no experienced police person would do this kind of thing. I mean, and this is not like a hit and run person who has caused damage and is running away. It's just, you have an unregistered vehicle, so the law doesn't encourage that. You have questions to answer. This person, playing truant, runs away into the chief's palace. In a community like that, there's a symbolic reverence to the chief's palace. So you should even be happy.
Yes. It makes your work easier.
Now that he's here, at least I can go and talk to the elders. And, look, I think the police service is meeting a new reality that we haven't seen before. And the chief also said something about the mode and culture of recruiting people into our security services. And I don't think he's even playing politics.
No.
The chief of Lamashegu is saying things that we all know, but have turned a blind eye to this. It's only when it's hitting you that you can speak out, because we know that political parties, when they are in power, they see the police, the fire service, and customs and all these places as okay. If you are looking for a job, they say, "What I have a
Protocol list."
Protocol list. I mean, who created this evil of protocol list of party enthusiasts and faithfuls who will be dumped there? Now, when there's armed robbery and they can't shoot, or they shoot the wrong people, we also come again and come and complain. Who are we complaining to? So the police, the people who constitute the police service of today are the outcome of recruitment decisions we all as a country did 5-10 years ago. The chickens have come home to roost.
But I don't understand. Even if someone is recruited because of a protocol list, what prevents that person from being taken through adequate training? Do you understand?
Well, there's a willingness. You see, there's first of all a willingness to accept that this is the job I want to do at this stage in my life. Your mind tells you that I have to be here. I'm not an expert in these things, but the military is able to do that better. Pardon my ignorance, but that's from where I sit. That the military, whether you wanted to go or you didn't want to go, by the time you are down with the train,
It's true. Small.
It will pass through you.
So I don't know how the police does theirs, but it's at times when you speak with them, you know, this person, he never meant to be a policeman, but Charlie, as it's a circumstance, so me or being a mom or party. I mean, I've suffered this kind of situation where people from my constituency will call me and say, "Oh, what's the protocol list? Fire service protocol list." I don't know anything about protocol list, and I don't even believe in that, you know. But the policeman who took out the rifle or a gun and shot at somebody for flouting traffic regulations doesn't deserve to wear the police uniform.
No, I agree.
It's just wrong.
I agree.
Okay.
You have no business wearing the police uniform. And you see, it's not an isolated case. And what I mean is that there are pockets of policemen within the whole police community who are not so equipped with experience and knowledge like this person has shown. So what I meant by a new reality is, look, they need to start retraining their people, training their people, retraining them, and they should start doing public education on what the police expects of the public. This fire killing approach of when something happens, then they'll come and talk about it. No. By now, you should know that there are some people who don't even know that you can't do a U-turn in front of a major high road. I mean, they don't know anything.
It's true.
But this whole glee of I have had my chino, you should move away from that.
Heavy-handed approach.
Exactly. Well, they are the outcomes of the so-called revolution.
Where
law and order was thrown to the dogs, and then it's brutality. You have to help me, you know. Now, even today, people are arrested for whatever reason, and the first thing a policeman will do is to start slapping.
It's true.
I don't know what the law says, but if a policeman will slap somebody who's been arrested, the policeman should face the same law. Because slapping is not part of it.
It isn't.
But today they still do it. I mean, they catch suspects and you see them on TV
and they all have swollen eyes.
Are they boxers? So this Lamashegu, but I think again a new day. The police has reacted swiftly. I think they've interdicted
6
people,
officers.
which is very instructive. You know, in days past, you wouldn't hear this kind of quick, you know, and look, this is Lamashegu. It's a big cosmopolitan area up north. I mean, Tamale, there may be little incidents of this nature happening in places that are not on our radar. I'm telling you, in places that are not on our radar.
Okay.
So we have the MC on the line with us, the MC of Lamashegu, Sule.
Tamale.
Yes,
Tamale.
Sule, yes, of Tamale, Sule Salifu. Okay, we've lost him, but I'm sure he will try and get him back on the line soon, so we can ask a bit more information, especially the security meeting that they had yesterday. I want to find out from him, how far that has gone and whether he is satisfied with the way things are progressing. But yes, I mean, sometimes it is what it is. We are where we are. I do think that, the police administration as it is today is making really great strides in terms of bridging the distance between the public, perception and, what the police are actually doing.
Well, there will still be one or two policemen who still haven't received their memo.
A few errant ones.
They still haven't received their memo, and they still want to do things their own way, like what this person has done. And I think it should be condemned. And to a large extent, the MC has condemned it, the regional minister, everybody has condemned that.
Yeah.
And we don't want to wait for it to become a we versus them situation. And that one, it won't be fair for. And I think Haruna too is doing a good job there.
Yeah.
He's been there.
All right, so Honorable Sule Salifu is on the line with us. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother. How's it?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks.
All right, so can you brief us, how much can you tell us actually regarding the meeting that happened yesterday when the security personnel came over to your municipality?
Thank you very much. It appears I heard your CEO online.
Yes,
Let me say good morning to your CEO and all your
Sule, how are you?
Thank you very much, sir.
We'll be seeing you soon. You know that. We'll be seeing you soon.
Yes, sir.
The caravan.
Currently, I'm at the Lamashegu Chief Palace with the Northern Regional Minister to further plead with the chief to talk to the youth and to sympathize with them. It appears one of the victims passed on yesterday, and we want to have a representative of the chief to go to the bereaved family with the people assemblymen to sympathize with the family. But for now, there's calm in Tamale. Yesterday, the Yana had to send a delegation of chiefs, comprised about 7 chiefs, being led by the Karaga chief, to...
Hello, Sule.
Hello.
Hello,
Honorable. Okay, there's an issue with the sound. Hopefully we'll get him back.
Yeah, we're having a bit of a technical challenge there.
But this keeps coming up, the role that the chief has played in all of this, in preventing the situation from escalating further, in being a sort of a mediator. Again, we heard the MC just say that they've gone to seek permission from him so that they can visit the bereaved families. It just goes to show how important that role of a traditional ruler who's in touch and in tune
with his people,
is in trying to maintain law and order. I mean, I would like to see that a lot more. But I think this chief in particular has shown great leadership in the situation, Summers, and he's been commended from everyone from the minister.
He quickly, what the police should have done, he did. In terms of de-escalating,
protected the policeman who was being chased by the citizenry. Okay, so the MC is back online now. Yes, Honorable.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Please go ahead. We lost you at a point. Yes.
Yes. So I'm saying that the chiefs were not happy that this incident has taken place at the Yanas Palace and the Chiangli Chief Palace and other places, and that the police administration had promised to investigate and give them feedback, and that since no feedback has been given to the chief, so this time round they requested that they want to have a representative of the Yan or even the chief to be part of the investigation and the autopsy, because this time round they say they want to know whether it was actually the police that shot the victim or the victim just died a natural death. So that's where we are now. But there's calm in Tamale. The Lamashegu Chief's Palace, where the incident took place, is calm. Even as we speak, it cannot even count even 10 people around it. So, and I went to the place with the regional minister and the regional coordinating director. Alone, we don't even have police here, but I can assure you that there's calm, even though the chief is not at the palace at that now.
Okay, so the way in terms of the next couple of days, what are your expectations? What are you hoping will happen in the next couple of days? As yes, go ahead.
In fact, the IGP has sent a strong delegation from Accra to come and independently investigate this matter.
Okay.
And what is our prime, motive now is to ensure that autopsy is carried on the corpse for Muslim burial to take place. So I want to assure you that we're on top of the issues, and the way things look like, the chiefs are in support, and we want to further encourage them to continue to support MEXEC and REXEC to ensure that there's law and order within the Tamale metropolitan area. In fact, I must indicate that when the shooting took place, the police were about leaving the place with their vehicle, and one of the police officers fell down and had to seek refuge at the chief palace. The chief had to ask the assemblyman to request for more, security to take off the police officer in his custody to the Central Police Administration. When the three police officers came, they were also, captured, and the chief had to protect these four police officers until reinforcement was brought to rescue them. So we have to commend the chief of Lamashegu and his colleagues for the show of support to MEXEC and REXEC for ensuring the safety of these police officers.
All right. Well, thank you very much. As you mentioned earlier, the Heritage Caravan is coming through very soon, and so
yes,
we are looking for a lot of peace and calm, and enjoy the trip as we come through to see you as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I'm grateful.
All right. Thank you. So, I mean, I think that work is being done. Boots are on the ground. Like you said, the IGP has sent a crack team up there to make sure that they take care of.
But I say that as for the police people, we will not be discouraged, and we are not going to turn our backs on them. But there will still be bad nuts or people who are inexperienced in it. So what they have illustrated in arresting the situation, interdicting those involved while they investigate. I mean, this is what you see in decent societies, and we are happy that that is happening. We just want the police to understand that it's a new day for the police.
Yeah,
it's a new day where the gun that you are entrusted with is meant for protection of citizens.
Yeah.
It's not to scare people and try shooting people because they ran away. No. We passed that one, 1980 to 79, 80, we are gone. Where we are now, the gun is to protect. It's not to chase people and shoot them.
Yeah.
Get that here so that we'll know that we are making progress. Because it's, you marketplace, they are holding guns. At times I'm asking, okay, is he aware what responsibilities come with the gun? I mean, somebody is running away and you shoot the person. When you know that the person hasn't stolen, the person hasn't committed any criminal, and unless it is established that is not the police person who shot, maybe. But if the policeman picked a gun and shot somebody who had entered the palace, and you understand, one of the reasons the chief has become vocal in this is that they entered his palace.
Yes.
So, in terms of reverence, what's the relationship? You think, you don't see that this is the palace of the chief within the community? It means a whole lot.
It means a whole lot.
I mean, it's like you chasing, I don't know whether this analogy makes sense, but you chasing a thief and he enters a church.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
would
You
pause, at
have to
least.
pause.
You
Yeah.
would
Especially
pause.
when you see the priest in the castle
Yeah.
doing the things. And then you go and shoot the person
You
there.
would at least pause. You would
Yeah.
pull back.
Behavior is that?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
remember what I told you yesterday about my friend, you know, who the policeman cocked the gun, even though his senior officer was standing there. And the senior officer had said to my friend who was driving that, oh, you know, it's okay, don't worry, there's no situation here, there's no issue here, you may go. And then the junior officer cocks his gun to threaten. I don't understand.
Those days are gone.
Yeah.
Where they cock guns.
Yeah.
No. We don't want that cry again.
No.
The gun, one, is not for you.
It's not for you.
Two, is not to be killing people at random.
Yeah.
It's to protect people. I don't know whether it makes sense, but yours is to protect.
Yes, that's all.
It goes back to training.
It goes back to training.
It goes back
And
to
I don't know, with the way the police has been busy in the last couple of months, I just pray and hope that government is pushing resources.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Because the equation will not balance. The equation will not. Look, I see something happens, Dr. Dampare and the team are moving fuel.
Yeah.
And this team moving fuel.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I said the rate at which they are doing this thing, can they cope
There should be
with-
some injections
because
of.
if we live in the old ways of they go to parliament and announce huge budget for police. Now when it comes to the police drawing the so-called money that's behind,
Budgets.
that's a whole war. If that thing still pertains, then we are in trouble.
Anyway,
There's only so much you can do with
well,
limited resources.
let's take a short break. Breakfast Daily will continue with further conversations.